Well, joining me now is Daniel Lippman. He's the White House reporter for Politico, based in Washington, D.C. Good to have you back with us, Daniel. Mike Pence joins an increasingly crowded field vying for the Republican presidential nomination. What are Mike Pence's chances at this point?
Well, they're pretty low, to be honest. He is not Ron DeSantis, who is backed by the Republican establishment and has a better chance than most of the other candidates in this field. And so it's a little ironic that Pence, who wants to stop Trump from becoming president again, has thrown his hat in the ring, because the bigger the field is, the better for Trump to win this nomination, because it can be a repeat of 2016, where the anti-Trump vote was divided among lots of different candidates.
And of course, it was Trump and his supporters who were really calling on Mike Pence to reject the certification of Joe Biden's win. Many analysts say that was what precipitated that attack on the US Capitol in 2021. Mike Pence and any other presidential nominee really needs to try and peel away Trump supporters, but it doesn't look like that Mike Pence will be able to do that, seeing as though he really is trying to distinguish himself from Donald Trump.
Yeah, it's a very delicate balance, because he doesn't want to piss off those Trump voters too much, but he needs to get them to believe that he is one of them as well, and that he will represent their interests. And so someone like Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, has a better chance of doing that, because he is seen as a culture warrior. He can criticize Trump sometimes, but he still has a lot of favorable ratings among the very conservative base of the Republican Party. And remember, this is just for the primary. And so these candidates will have to, whoever becomes the nominee will have to go back to the center to win over those moderate swing voters in the suburbs to actually try to win the election against Joe Biden. And so I think Pence is, probably doing this for book sales or for speaking fees, but he has a very low chance, because he just doesn't have a strong base besides the evangelicals, which still really love him.
And it wasn't until relatively recently that Donald Trump emerged as the front runner at this point for the Republican presidential nomination. What's brought his supporters back out to support him?
Well, I think with Donald Trump, his supporters have been loyal basically since day one, since he started campaigning in 2015. They just like that he is anti-establishment. They feel like they have had some tough lives in this heartland. Often people who feel like the coastal elites in Washington, New York, LA, San Francisco look down upon people in the heartland of America. And so obviously his ratings took a hit after January 6th, after those hearings on Capitol Hill. But he has been able to bounce back because Ron DeSantis has not proved as strong of a candidate. And also, Trump just has this magnetic loyalty to his base that refuses to go away. And so it's going to take an act of God for that probably to happen. Or Trump has to probably go to jail, because otherwise these Republican voters they still love him.
Okay, Daniel Lippman, we'll have to leave it there, but thank you so much for sharing your analysis with us on TRT World.
Thank you.